Welcome to the Maximize Business Value podcast. This podcast is brought to you by Mastery Partners, where our mission is to equip business owners to maximize business value so they can transition their business on their terms. Our mission was born from the lessons we've learned from over 100 business transactions, which fuels our desire to share our experiences and wisdom so you can succeed. Now here's your host, CEO, Mastery Partners, Tom Bronson.
Hi, this is Tom Bronson, and welcome to Maximize Business Value, a podcast for business owners who are passionate about building long-term sustainable value in your business. I keep saying this every week, but every business, I keep saying it because it's true, by the way, every business on the planet will eventually transition. Don't you want to transition your business by design, the way that you want to achieve your ideal exit, rather than by default if something happens? So if you're that business owner who really wants to maximize your value and eventually exit your business on your terms, you found the right place. This is where we talk about those things. This episode is part of our series on my latest book, The Maximize Business Value Playbook, 65 specific actions to dramatically increase the value of your business. And today we're on chapter 27, which this is a super short chapter and worth thinking about. It's about evaluating your minority status. By the way, this is the end of this legal section of the book. Next week, we'll move on, and I'll tell you more about that in just a second. Now, if you do have a minority status, get practical advice about possibly needing to eliminate it. Yes, I said eliminate it. Not necessary, but it's worth thinking about. Now, this adjustment might seem odd at first, but there's a reason for it. A business may have operated under some form of minority status. For example, female-owned, Native American-owned, minority-owned, veteran-owned, disabled veteran-owned, et cetera, et cetera. If the buyer does not have the same minority status, which is typically going to be the case, they may lose the business that you have that is a result of your having that status. So in the transaction, when the business sells, if they lose that status, ultimately it could reduce the value of the business. So it's imperative to clearly document what agreements are tied to minority status to minimize that risk. Now, depending on the concentration risk, it may not be a big deal. So it's important to understand that from the beginning. I'll give you an example. We've got clients that have the minority status, but only 2 or 3% of their business is a result of the minority status. It's okay to have that minority status. Then you don't need to eliminate it. But if you're one of those businesses that has 80, 90, 100% of your business as a result of the minority status, boy, we really need to talk. So the Maximize Business Value recommendations this week. Number one, identify the agreements that are tied to minority status if you have minority status. Number two, understand the advantages and disadvantages of the business minority status. And number three, if you have minority status, schedule a call with me at masterypartners.com to discuss its possible impact on your enterprise value. Next week, we're moving into human resources and culture section of the book, and we'll start by talking about why culture is so important to the value of any business. You might find it surprising. This is the Maximize Business Value podcast, where we give practical advice to business owners on how to build long-term sustainable value in your business. If this is the first Maximize Business Value podcast you've listened to, we're at 187. That's almost 200 episodes, just packed with great and valuable information that can help you improve the value of your business and prepare for that ultimate exit. So until next time, I'm Tom Bronson, reminding you to pick one thing, I mean it, just one thing this week to dramatically improve the value of your business and do it while you maximize business value.
Thank you for tuning into the Maximize Business Value podcast with Tom Bronson. This podcast is brought to you by Mastery Partners, where our mission is to equip business owners to maximize business value so they can transition on their terms. Learn more on how to build long-term sustainable business value and get free value-building tools by visiting our website, www.masterypartners.com. That's master with a Y, masterypartners.com. Check it out.
That was perfect. I wouldn't make any changes on that.